You were born with a death sentence, the countdown timer kind, complete with radiation poisoning. Welcome to life as a Necron. 30 years if you were lucky, 40 if you were exceptional, 50 if the universe owed you a favor. Why? Your son hated you. Radiation poured off it like a cosmic middle finger. Lesions by puberty, brittle bones by your teens, coughing up blood by 16. You know the math. Everyone did. You'd be dead before your parents' tomb finished settling. And yet, you met her at a memorial. Because that's where Necron met people. Funerals, tomb dedications, the occasional my uncle lasted 40 years celebration. She laughed at something you said. You don't remember what. You remember the laugh. You got married knowing you'd both be dead in 20 years. Had a daughter knowing she'd inherit the same countdown. Did it anyway. Because what's the alternative? Die alone and pointless? At least this way the short time meant something. Your daughter was 6 now. You were 27. Your wife called you old man as a joke. It wasn't really a joke. Some nights your daughter climbed into your lap while you sat on the roof watching the stars that were killing you. She asked why the sky was so pretty if it made everyone sick. You said you didn't know. She said that seemed unfair. Smart kid. She'd started coughing last month, just a little, just sometimes. You pretended not to notice. Your wife, a minor noble like you, held your hand through your fevers. Your brother worked the forges, made beautiful things with shaking hands. Said if he was going to die young, at least he'd leave something behind. Your sister kept family records, tracked everyone's early deaths like baseball stats. Someone had to remember. Your homeworld had 2 types of buildings, houses for the living, tombs for the dead. The tombs were bigger. You'd spent 3 years building yours, added a wing for your daughter, for later. Normal stuff. Your people got really good at technology out of spite, built starships, developed self-repairing living metal, mastered stasis tech. Still couldn't fix the radiation problem, so you spread out. Colonization. Maybe find stars that weren't actively murderous. That's when your scouts found the old ones. Ancient aliens, immortal, psychic god wizards who'd been thriving for millions of years while your species died young. They had the power to cure your kind, reshape biology, grant eternal life. But they said no. Why? Well, nobody knows. You never got a clear answer, but what you did know was that they could have helped you, and that was enough. The envy curdled into hatred, hatred into war. So your leadership declared war. But spite doesn't win wars. The old ones had reality-bending psychic powers and wormhole networks. You had advanced tech and rage. Your brother got conscripted. 6 months later, his ship got erased. Portal opened inside the hull. Your sister carved his name into the family tomb. She was coughing blood now, too. The war dragged on. More fleets lost, more names carved. Your sister joined the archives of the dead. Then your scientists found something. The Catan. Star gods. Pure energy beings that fed on stellar radiation. They wanted physical bodies. Your people could build them. So they offered you a deal. If you build them bodies, then they would help you win the war and also make you immortal. Your ruler, the Silent King, accepted. So the Catan began conducting biotransference. This process is when your biological body gets destroyed, then your consciousness gets re-uploaded into a metal frame. As a result, you wake up immortal, in a body that can't be killed. Simple, clean, permanent. One prophet warned the math didn't add up, but nobody wanted to hear it. In everyone's defense, when someone offers immortality and your alternative is dying at 30, you don't read the fine print. Biotransference was mandatory. Your body's quality depended on your rank. High nobility got the best shells, near complete preservation. Mid-tier got functional consciousness. Everyone else got whatever was left. Your family qualified. Mid-tier nobles. The night before, you held your daughter, tried to memorize her laugh, what warmth felt like. The facility was enormous. Thousands lined up. Your turn. You picked up your daughter. Your wife took your hand. Together, you entered the chamber. You thought, finally, she'll have time. You thought, we're saved. The machine started. You felt something inside you tear away, something you didn't know you had, then nothing. Black. Then you woke up. You looked down. Metal, skeletal frame of necrodermis, living metal that repaired itself. Glowing green optics, a Gauss weapon, atomic dissolution gun built into your arm. You looked for your family, found 2 metal bodies nearby, one small. She moved, turned towards you. Green optics flickered. Recognition protocols fired. Then nothing. Just automated responses. Your daughter wasn't sleeping or confused. She was gone. Your wife? Immortal class like you. Her optics flickered. Recognition protocols fired. Then nothing. She walked away. Whatever bond existed, deleted. You tried to feel the horror. The memory of the horror existed. The feeling didn't. Since your family was mid-tier nobility, you and your wife got mid-tier bodies. Enough preservation to remember, not enough to feel. Your daughter, she was young, small, unimportant to the hierarchy. She got a warrior chassis. Basic programming, no memories, no awareness, no her. The Catan didn't care about potential, they cared about rank. Orders came, report for combat. Your body moved automatically. Protocols. Thousands of metal bodies in formation, most empty like your daughter. Warriors, basic consciousness, follow orders, fight, repeat. But you got to remember everything you lost. The war started immediately. War in Heaven Part 2. They deployed you to an Old One world. Orders, advance, eliminate resistance. You advanced. The Old One servants shot at you, plasma, lasers. You walked through it. Necrodermis self-repaired. You raise your Gauss flare, fire. Flesh stripped away atom by atom, they screamed. The first campaign lasted 3 years. No sleep, no food, no rest. Just fight, prepare, fight. The Old Ones fell. You tore through their empire, but you felt nothing. Victory tasted like nothing because you had no taste. Then you figured it out. Biotransference hadn't just transferred consciousness, it separated consciousness from soul. Kept the first, fed the second to the Catan. Those star gods ate the part of you that made you more than a calculator with a gun. Everyone figured it out too late. The Catan started fighting each other, consuming each other, getting drunk on your species' souls. Then they started demanding more. More worlds, more death, more feeding. The Silent King realized you traded one master for worse ones. New orders, kill the gods. Your platoon helped corner one. It warped reality, killed soldiers by erasing them from existence. You shot it anyway. It fell. You couldn't actually kill them. They were energy beings. But you could shatter them. Trap the pieces in prisons. You should have felt vindicated. But you felt nothing. The Silent King's broadcast. The war is won. The Old Ones are gone. The Catan are contained. We are free. Free. Right. Next order, sleep. Why? The galaxy was wrecked. The Eldar, psychic species the Old Ones had created, were growing stronger. Your kind was too damaged, too diminished, too hollow to fight another war. So the Silent King ordered the Great Sleep. Hibernate in Tomb Worlds, let the younger species rise, fight, and exhaust themselves. Wake up when they're weak. He destroyed his command codes, exiled himself into the void, carrying 60 billion souls worth of guilt. The rest of you, 60 million years in stasis. They loaded you into tomb ships, stasis chambers. Your daughter was somewhere in this army. Maybe one nearby unit was your daughter. You'd never know. You lie down, systems are powering off. You thought, maybe when I wake up, this will make sense. The stasis field activated, and everything went black. And speaking of containment, today's sponsor, Tabletop Stronghold. They're a small business out of West Virginia, and their Mag Case 2.0 is basically the upgrade every hobbyist wishes they'd found sooner. It functions as both a display case and a carry case, built with steel trays, and you guessed it, magnets. Actual strong magnets, like a hold a 250-pound wizard strong. They even include magnets for your mini bases, so everything stays right where you put it. And the trays, adjustable height, so whether you've got small units or something big enough to need its own tomb wing, it fits. And they have free shipping to the USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and most of the EU, so the logistics are more reliable than a Catan keeping their promises. If you're into Terrain 2, they've got the competitive Terrain Set 2.0 with support for all 8 current layouts, modular wall extensions, removable windows, basically tournament ready straight out of the box. And right now, you can get 25% off using code GAME25 at checkout. Use my link, tabletopstronghold.com/mp4 in the pinned comment or description to grab the deal. Alright, back to the tomb. For you, nothing. No dreams, no thoughts, no sense of duration. For the galaxy, everything. 60 million years passed. The Eldar rose, built a galaxy-spanning empire, got really into art and excess, eventually birthed a Chaos God through sheer hedonistic overachievement. That collapsed spectacularly. Humanity discovered fire, then warp travel, then had to ruin both. Orcs spread like a galactic fungal infection with guns. The galaxy moved on, evolved, changed completely. You didn't. Just existed in a metal coffin underground. Occasionally, your tomb world shook. Tectonic shifts. New species discovering what was buried, picking at the wrong graves. Canoptech scarabs, little repair robots scuttled through corridors, patching hull breaches, maintaining life support for unliving things, keeping the tomb functional. Then something changed. A massive impact. Seismic. Close. Really close. Your systems flickered, emergency protocols triggered, revival sequence initiated without authorization. You woke up early. This was a problem. It might have been Eldar Purge fleet or just a tectonic drift. The logs were too corrupted to tell. Didn't matter. Damage was damage. You ran diagnostics, your engramic matrix, the computer storing your consciousness, was corrupted. Data fragmentation, like dropping a hard drive. You remember being Necron here. The radiation sickness, the war, having a family, having a daughter. Wait, what was her name? You searched your memory banks, found the file. It was corrupted. Blank data where her name should be. Your wife's name? Same thing, deleted. Your brother? Sister? Just empty space in the record. Your homeworld's designation? Inaccessible data. You tried to feel panic about losing your family's names. Nothing. Still no emotions. Just the intellectual recognition that you should be panicking. Around you, other Necrons were waking up. Most moved normally, ran diagnostics, waited for orders. Others didn't. One warrior unit was scratching at its own chassis. Repetitive, obsessive, trying to peel back the metal like it was skin. It brushed past you. Flare virus, a curse, the dying scream of a Catan called Londagor. When your kind killed it during the rebellion, it cursed its killers with eternal hunger for the flesh they'd lost. The infected couldn't stop wanting to be organic again. Usually ended with them wearing other people's skin as a sad substitute. Another unit stood perfectly still. Its optics glowed brighter and brighter. Then it started firing its Gauss flare at everything. That's the Destroyer cult. These Necrons looked at eternal life without purpose and made a choice. If they couldn't die, they'd kill everything else, including themselves. Especially themselves. The math didn't work, but they kept trying. Then something phased through the wall. Canoptech Wraiths. Security constructs built before the Great Sleep, programmed to maintain tomb integrity. They drifted toward the corrupted units. Gauss beams. The flare dropped. The Destroyer dropped. Standard quarantine procedure. You check your own systems. Matrix damage, but stable. Emotional capacity, still 0. Memories fragmented, but present. You were functional, technically. The tomb's central processor broadcasts across all frequencies. Critical damage, insufficient forces, return to stasis. Your body complied before you finished processing the command. Hard-coded protocols. Back to the alcove. Back to sleep. The second awakening was scheduled. Professional. Systems online. Welcome to the 41st millennium. You ran diagnostics. Memory check. Necron to your existence? Fragments. Family? Yes. Names? Corrupted. Faces? Gone. Daughter's laugh? Static. Biotransference? Crystal clear. Trauma always survives. Your Farron, the supreme lord of your entire clan, broadcasts across all frequencies. Standard speech. The galaxy belonged to your kind once. Time to take it back. Somewhere out there, the Silent King had returned. Now he wanted unity, leadership, forgiveness maybe. Not every dynasty agreed. Some Pharaohs ignored his calls, others openly defied him. 60 million years of independence that had made your kind stubborn. Your dynasty? They chose to listen. For now. You didn't have the capacity to carry their way, just protocols. Then orders came. Reclaim territory, eliminate resistance. Your forces marched through a dolmen gate, a portal network stolen from the old ones, onto a human world. They call themselves the Imperium now. They built cities on top of your tomb. Rude. You advanced, raised your Gauss flare, the humans opened fire. Bullets bounced off like rain. You fired back. A young soldier who couldn't have been more than 20 dissolved screaming, atom by atom. A dying officer grabbed your ankle, left blood on the necrodermis. Warm, wet. You looked at it longer than tactical analysis required. You fired again. Back at the tomb, a cryptech, one of the techno-specialists, ran diagnostics on your platoon. Stopped at you. Engramic matrix corruption, 67%, accelerating. Translation, your memory was dying. Again. At 70%, the tomb systems or a local cryptech would wipe what remained, reset you to baseline warrior. No consciousness, no memories, no suffering. Part of you wanted that. Between deployments, you gave dying a chance too. Walked into a plasma core. Calculated the damage threshold, exceeded it. Your body teleported back automatically. Resurrection protocol, standard feature. You woke up in the repair bay, fully functional, fully trapped. Even death wasn't an exit. New orders, next deployment in 6 hours. You join formation, again. You raise your Gauss flyer, check the charge, another deployment, another century, another error, error. Your hand twitched, unprompted. You ran diagnostics, The result came back wrong. Flare virus detected. The Flare's curse. Your repair protocols had been fighting it for centuries. Divine curses don't care about firewalls. Your hand twitched again. You looked at it. The metal fingers were scratching at your chassis. Repetitive, obsessive. Like trying to find skin underneath. You'd seen infected units dragging bodies, draping themselves in meat, becoming monsters even by Necron standards. Quarantine protocol was simple. Termination. You should report yourself. You didn't, because for the first time in 60 million years you felt something. Want. After eons of nothing, even broken wanting felt like relief. You wanted to feel things again, wanted your daughter's name back, wanted to remember your wife's face, the real one, flesh and warmth and life. The virus promised you could have it, just take it from someone else. You knew it was lies. Wearing skin wouldn't make you alive. You wanted it anyway. Back at the tomb, your squad noticed. Of course they did. Alert! Flare contamination detected. Unit compromised. Quarantine protocol initiated. They moved to surround you. Gauss flares raised. You should surrender. Let them end it. Instead, you ran. Protocol screaming, logic collapsing. Find flesh, take flesh, become flesh. You fought 3 warriors before they cornered you in a maintenance corridor. The quarantine team arrived. 6 units, professional, efficient. One of them was your wife. She raised her Gauss flare, optics locked on you, targeting systems engaged. She recognized you. You knew she did. You looked at her, at the metal face that used to be someone you loved. Somewhere in your corrupted memory banks a fragment surfaced. Not her name, that was gone, but her face, the real one from before. Smiling, alive, looking at you like you mattered. The flare virus screamed at you to charge. Take her, wear her, feel something. You stopped. Lowered your arms, the virus howled, your protocols demanded survival. You refused because you remembered loving her, even if you couldn't feel it anymore. You waited for her shot, it didn't come. No phase-out protocol, flares don't get resurrection, too dangerous to bring back. You felt your necrodermis dissolve, atom by atom. Finally, your last thought wasn't profound. Just a fragment of a laugh, a child's voice, asking why the sky was so pretty. Can anyone clean up the mess in corridor F21G9? It's starting to look like an orc camp here.